Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Danni Nput, yeah, we back in the mix. Talking toy chaos, yeah, we deep in the fix. From grails to flips, yeah, we calling the hits. One tangent later, it even is this. Shelf full of stories, yeah, we live what we claim. No filter talk, yeah, we saying it plain. Unbox heat, yeah, we changing the game. If it's rare, if it's wild, yeah, we know the name. Danni Nput, yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, we do it like this.
Oh, you need us in there. There we go. Hey, welcome everyone to the Danni Nput Toycast, live and chaotic. How you doing, Mr. N-Put?
I'm doing pretty good, but I would say, with that picture that you chose to use of me, I would say that we're live and in living color.
Nice. There you go. I know. I just picked one and it actually worked the best with the other ones. So I was like, all right, that's good. Hey, Transformer Talk Raw. Heard you stop streaming. Is that true?
What happened?
I heard he stopped making videos. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Yeah, he did it. He did a video, like a 10-minute video.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I gotta watch that. Yeah, people are telling me about it, so that's interesting. Yeah. I wish you didn't, but I'll check it out, my friend. Yeah, no, it's good to be back. Good to see your face.
So, Danny, I want you, since we're live and in living color, I want you to look into my eyes. Mm-hmm. Tell me what you see. And what are we going to be talking about here so freely?
Yeah, what this podcast is about, like we did that one that the the D stands for, and people liked it. It was kind of all over the place. We're just going to be jumping into some of our favorite brands. I'll even just throw this up here for a second. Favorite childhood brands. This is kind of remember berries. This is kind of nostalgia grab crap. But, I mean, we're just going to be jumping into stuff we like. And we can go on to newer stuff, all types of stuff. And if we talk about one thing today, 5 topics today, we on any brand, we could jump back and forth. This is just going to be like a chaotic kind of like, like I said, diving into memories, childhood, like kind of what started us, gave us the hype to become real collectors. Like these toy lines, yeah, they were more toyish, not collector lines, but they still molded who we are, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like they, in terms of like the adventures and stuff that you would go on with them and stuff like that, right? So,
yeah. Like, what does the Toy Biz logo mean to you when you see it now? Like, does it bring you back, or?
It doesn't really. Like, I don't know, man. It doesn't really do too much for me as far as a logo goes, right? Yeah. Because I didn't, like as a kid, I didn't really appreciate the logo. Notice the logo, I think would be the better way to phrase that, right? Yeah. I knew the company was Toy Biz, and I associated the logo with that, the figures, the company, stuff like that. But like, it wasn't like anything that I jumped out of bed about or anything else like that. Mm-hmm. It was because I wasn't there for like Toy Biz per se. I was there for like the X-Men toys, right? Like
totally.
Kenner could have made X-Men toys, and I would have bought them because of X-Men. Not
Batman
or whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
Right. So but I don't really have like warm feelings because of the brand logo. I have warm feelings when I see the figure that I had as a kid or something like that. That's kind of where that comes from. Like that Spider-Man box art, like the card art, the whole thing, like that whole presentation brings back so many memories. Yeah. Like pins. I would buy variants of the same figure depending on the pins that were in there. You know?
Nice. Yeah.
Like part of me was so obsessed with those pins, man.
That's cool. Yeah, no, this is what I mean too. Like, yeah, you don't. Toy Biz, like, yeah, you as I grew older, you got to know the logo more and knew what it was really kind of there for in a sense of like the brand. Right. But yeah, like you said, like this Spider-Man from the show with the purple. I still remember the day my grandma took me in there and she got me I got both at the same time, the Venom and the Carnage at Toys R Us, and yeah, I took them to the McDonald's after, and it was just like, wow, I love the character so much, and the art on these cards, the Toy Biz ones, they just pop for this Spider-Man, especially the animated series, right?
Yeah, and what was cool about those is like it was such a really cool continuation of the cartoon, because you guys know the theme song at the end, Spider-Man lands on the logo and then the webs come up, right? And then everything else.
Yep.
So like the card art being an extension of that theme song brought you into that world, even, so much more so. And then, the card art itself, like if you didn't know like Hobgoblin here, let's say you don't know Spider-Man, you don't know his Rose Gal, you don't know dick about the character, right? It shows on the card art what the gimmick is, like that Spider-Man figure right there, he's shooting the web. Well, the figure can shoot the web, right?
I was shooting my webs back then too. Yeah, no, it was cool.
Yeah.
Like the things, silly string, but no, I know, like and like you said, you're more of the gimmick person. I thought some of the gimmicks are a little like not strange as a kid, but I was like, okay, like they're like there for the toy, right? But some of the gimmicks are cool, like especially the Carnage. Like I know he does the swing or whatever, but he's also got all the snap-on armor, right?
Yeah, and there was a Carnage Unleashed figure. I always called him Carnage 2 because like there was a figure called Venom 2, like number 2. That had pretty much the same gimmick as like Carnage Unleashed, but what was really cool is like they had this soft rubbery plastic like head, like symbiote head that could go over their human head, right? So like you could take that symbiote mask off and it would be Eddie Brock, it'd be Cletus Cassidy underneath them or whatever, but they also had like the snap-on symbiote, weapons and stuff like that. So I thought that was a really, really cool thing.
Yeah, I always thought the gooey heads were a little big, but I mean, yeah, the weapons and the arm were so good on that. And then, of course, like, we get into the Ben Reilly style later, and they use this Venom like 100 times, but I still like that Venom. It had all the weird move stuff on it, right?
Yeah, that mold got released a lot.
But like, yeah, I love this card because I loved Ben Reilly. I loved the Clone Saga as a kid. I know people kind of not as into it, but I loved it. Like back then, it was cool. It's just something different, especially the water stuff, right?
Yeah, dude. Was it the Web Splashers or Web Warriors or something? Whatever. Yeah. That entire line was really cool too, man. That like the Spider-Man version of that line, and then X-Men had a version of that line as well. Like there was a Sentinel that had like this machine gun arm that shot water out of its arm, and then like you could change the arm, and the arm would be like a flail, right?
Oh,
like flail, and the flail looked like a water mine.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's just all kinds of really cool stuff, and a lot of that stuff came with like floaty gimmicks, right? Like you blow it up and then you put it in the bathtub or the pool or whatever, and then you could have like Spider-Man fight Black Sea Venom or whatever, right? Like
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I love the octopus. Yeah, that's cool. But also this line, I just got the toy. I'll show it later. But I love this. Is probably my favorite line. I probably want this of all the Toy Biz stuff right now. I have the loose other figures, but this I'd love to get all carded plus loose because it's something about this. This takes me back when they had this in Toys R Us. Like I was a huge Venom like symbiote person at the time. I had like some of the older comics, stuff that they don't really match totally or anything, but it was just so cool at the time. I just loved it. I loved it. Their figures were bulkier. They weren't like Marvel Legends style articulation, but they had like, more movement, and they were bulky, chunky, very colorful, but not like, not too 90s, like cheesy colorful, kind of had this like grimness to it. Of course, they did like neon ones eventually for Venom and such, but
yeah, those figures, gosh, man, if I remember right, they're like almost 7 inches tall, and they were just beefy. That Lasher, I saw that Lasher at Kmart, man, and that thing blew my mind. I didn't know about like the Planet of the Symbiote story arc or anything like that.
Yeah, I did. It was weird because I got into it at an old comic shop way before. So when I finally saw this, I was like in shock.
Yeah, that Lasher actually sent me down a rabbit hole as far as like symbiote stories and stuff like that. And the Life Foundation and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Life Foundation. That's what I was into before. And like Riot was totally different. He's more just gray, so I was confused as a kid. But like it just to see the symbiotes come out like that was amazing. Riot was the first one I bought from this line. But yeah, the Spider-Man and then the Batman stuff. Because you were more into the Batman stuff at times, weren't you? Or no? I can't remember.
I mean, not necessarily. I was kind of into both at the same time.
Okay.
Like if there was something cool out of either line, like there would be times where I'd be standing in Kmart's toy aisle, like, oh man, I've only got like $6 or $5 or whatever it is, like, man, which one do I want? And it'd be like, here's this Wolverine or this Storm figure or whatever, and versus this this Batman or whatever, right? I'd be standing there like, oh, I don't know which one I want. Yeah, spider web. Oh, dude, speaking of the spider webs, they had these shooters, man, these web shooters that like you would put silly like cans of silly string in.
The silly string.
Yeah. Dude, I launched that all over the house, Danny. Your mom was not the only mother upset at their kid for silly stringing the entire house, man. Like,
oh yeah, moms were cleaning up a lot of messes back then. But yeah, I know. It's just like that shit was so cool. I think like you can only buy one glove at a time. I think I had 2 gloves. Like me and this kid too. I don't think we ever did the masks, but we made like the suits. Like I remember like he was Spider-Man, he did something, and then like I got like a blue hoodie with a felt and made the Ben Riley thing, right? But
yeah,
the Kenner though, I liked Kenner. It was weird, like for this Batman shit. Like I have this figure now, but I liked it. It's just I think I like the more of the animated series stuff I was showing at the beginning too. More like the movie stuff I wasn't as big into,
Yeah.
But and you said you were more into big into the X-Men. We should get some pictures of the X-Men for the next one. And I know you have some stuff to show later, but I mean, yeah, where was Batman on your list from like X-Men, Spider-Man? Was it at the bottom or
no? Batman, like
figure a lot.
Those 3 cartoons were at the top of the list at all times. Batman the Animated Series, the figures of Batman from Kenner really started because of the animated series for me. So my mind, the way that my brain works is like I don't necessarily need a Batman from the animated series to go out on animated series adventures, right? So those 3 toy lines, because of those cartoons, they were always at the top. Though like any cartoon that I fell in love with, at that period in my life, where they were always at the top. And after those 3, like I discovered Beast Wars, and then Beast Wars were at the top as well. So it was like those 4 lines, right? Whether it be the Batman line at the time, the Spider-Man, the X-Men line, or like the Beast Wars line at the time, like those were like the go-to figures that I would go to in the aisle and just see what was out there and what would be had and stuff, Yeah,
it's like, sorry, it was texting me. What else was it? Like about those like the thing is like, I think I like Spider-Man the show the most, but yeah, Batman was a great show. But for the an X-Men, of course, but for the toy lines, did you ever favor one more when you're liking them all at the same time, or was it all kind of a mix? Or
I think honestly, retrospectively, I probably gravitated more towards like the Spider-Man line. Just because of just the wonkiness of it.
Yeah.
Like it like when you got into like the Planet of the Symbiote stuff and like the brighter colors of Spider-Man as a whole, right? Like his villains and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
That's where I would say like maybe I'd kind of generated more.
Same. I'd say I peaked too when they did the Spiner Carnage. Like I was following all that in the comics as well at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was like so cool to see. And they had the weird pose. Like he was more posed, almost like a McFarlane in a sense, but he had like kind of transparent body, which was cool, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say all those 3 kind of lines blend together. And like I said, we're getting into more stuff too. But like I said, we're just touching on stuff today just to just to get a feel for everything. But did you ever F with Crash Dummies?
I had a couple of them. I thought, as a kid, as a gimmick kid, right? Like I thought it was really cool, but I soon quickly realized that after you blew them up and they exploded everywhere, like you were going to lose pieces.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
the fun never lasted too long.
yeah, and because of that, I got out of them about as quickly as I got into them. So
Yeah, and like this shit wouldn't fly as much today, like a baby in a buggy and shit. Like I wish it would, but I mean, it's just like it's so 90s animals. But yeah, like I said, I think I liked them. I like the idea of them. Like the bad guys are cool, and they didn't actually bust apart. I actually got them at a cheaper store called the Met. It was in another mall, and I got all of them for cheap. And they actually had to pull them apart. They didn't just blow up, so they were like more of like an actual figure you could play with, and they were evil. So I liked them.
okay.
They were cool. Yeah, and then of course, like they kind of look like that. And then what else was I to touch on? Yeah, piston head, different styles. They're cool. They're like junk guys, right? You can kind of mix them in with any toy line at this point, especially the bad guys. Yeah, and of course they had all the vehicles. Like Nput said, you throw this down your stair a few times, you lose a wheel, you lose a window, you lose your family's value.
and that's kind of the thing, like the gimmicks with those, right? Is like, because me being, like I said, such a gimmick heavy kid, I didn't want to play with my toys like once or twice, and then that, the fun's over, guys. Sorry, I lost the top half of this car, and it's not going to explode ever again, right?
Oh yeah, and then like what? Take this to a friend's house. Take this outside. Like you'll never see it again.
Yeah.
That's funny. Taking me the bros to see 80 film. Bring Toys R Us. Get the figures. Got the Batman and the Joker. That's cool.
Yeah, T-Talk's right. T-Talk's right about the Toy Biz having it in '89. That's where you get the belt launching Batman with the grappling hook on the belt and stuff. That was all Toy Biz, yeah.
Oh yeah, the early stuff, or
yeah. The toys off the '89 movie.
Oh yeah, that's probably why I didn't know that, because I'm not even into that, but as much. Like I like the movie, but Street Sharks, like my uncle always said too, like you play with that shit, you ain't gonna turn out right, because it's very homophobic. But look how I turned out. But yeah, no, I mean, did you F with the Street Sharks? You
hey, man, dude, hell yeah, dude. I fuck with the Street Sharks. I was down day one, man. That cartoon was awesome, man.
Yeah, I love the cartoon too.
Yeah. I had was it Ripper in the middle?
Yeah.
Ripper
and Stripes or Streaks, because he skated Streaks.
Yeah. I thought the packaging was really cool for them. They had the like the shark cages and stuff in the water, and they just kind of in the shark cage.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a really neat gimmick and stuff. Like I say, gimmick as in like sales gimmick, So yeah, I had Ripper. I kind of used him as like a generic good guy, bad guy, fuck, man, I don't know, like Sabretooth is gonna go in the water and then he gets attacked by Ripper and there was a fight.
Sure,
like that kind of stuff.
I know. The thing is too, like, this one kind of reminds me of the band Manowar. If you ever listened to them,
yeah, Manowar's dope.
Yeah, Manowar's great. He reminds me of Manowar. That's cool. They did stuff like that. Rocking out, and then of course Moby Lick, man. Like, Bart gave me that Moby Lick I have back there, but I don't have the hat or the plug. But the thing with this too, I went to Toys R Us like probably every day for a year, and it never showed up there. Like they never got it at my Toys R Us in Canada. I was heartbroken. I always wanted the Moby Lick, but I did get it years later. Well, last year for my birthday. But I mean, yeah, it was such a cool thing to see. I remember. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I remember seeing the Street Shark figures in the KB Toys clearance bins.
Yeah,
because once that show ended,
that
was it. KB was like, "Get it out of here! $3 each, done, go." $2 each, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like also too, like as soon as like that line kind of teetered out, even before the show, like here too, right? Like it dropped. So like we didn't get all those other releases. I know in the UK they got way more of the other ones. I know you guys got more of the other ones too. Like I don't remember seeing some of the race car ones and some of the other end of the line stuff here. It could have been maybe not at Toys R Us, other shops, but I know the UK and all that, and you guys got more of that end of the line stuff.
Yeah,
but like it crashed and burned, man. Can't remember what the next fad was, right? But it was like Yeah, it was the trickle end of the Ninja Turtle kind of era of the animals that were like people thing, right?
Yeah, because everybody, whether it be, video games and everybody trying to anthropomorphize an animal because of Sonic the Hedgehog, or cartoons, everybody's trying to anthropomorphize, people because of Ninja Turtles or whatever. There was always, that there was always something like that kind of in the sphere. Like, I was gonna say T-Talk Raw brings up Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Yeah, that was like one season. Fantastic cartoon.
Yeah, Bart has all that. Like, if you're biker mice, like I said, there's so many lines. We will touch on it. This was just a tease of like, kind of like, just going through it. We'll always have more to go through, and we're just not done yet. We got some shit to show and talk. But like, I'm just saying, like, it's just cool to bring up all these and not heavily focused. Because if we just do a Crash Dummies one, like, how many people are really going to listen to that, right? If we just do this one, like, we might get some people listening to that for a moment, but it's kind of like, these are just, like I said, nostalgia bait, tangent, like, we're just all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, what were you gonna say, sir?
I was gonna say, I like Quentin right here. He said, my favorite gimmick was turning on my battery-powered Star Wars AT-AT walker and then swinging a yo-yo around his legs. Yeah, dude, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I had that big, was it in like 96? Power of the Force 2. My grandmother got me, I guess you'd call it like the reissue or whatever from the original one, because they kept they just re-released the molds, just kind of updated,
Yeah.
And I had that walker, man, and I would just always kind of tip it over like it got blown up or shot or something. Just tip it.
Tip. No, I know there's so much, man. Did you want to show something first, or?
Yeah, I mean, I can show this real quick.
Show something. We'll go at a time. You one, me one. So.
All right. So this is something. This whole thing has survived my childhood and all the moves and everything I've had in my life, and the only thing end up missing is the sword, the katana that came with him. This Wolverine here. This the Toy Biz Wolverine. This is before the 90s X-Men cartoon came out. His mask is removable. You can wear it as a ring if you wanted to. If you wanted to show your love for Wolverine, right? Wear it as a ring. One size fits most, because it's supposed to be for a kid, not a grown-ass man finger. And the bike here is just like, I thought it was a really cool bike, and then I got it, and it's like Wolverine can't really sit on it. You see, he kind of has to stand because of the way, like, I guess it's like sculpted or molded or whatever. But funny, interesting note though, this motorcycle did get a slight retool, and it got reissued in the Spider-Man animated series line. But this is what I was saying about gimmicks, right? As a kid, like, you see his claws, you can retract them and then lock them up into his arm, and then when he's ready to go, you can just barely tap it and they spring out, man. Like that captured Wolverine, man. Like, that.
Can you do that again? I had the comment on there. Can you spring those out again?
Yeah. Sorry. You just lock it down.
Yeah.
Like, bam.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's on both sides too.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, stuff like that, like, because like the Wolverine and the, like, this would encourage for me, like, more play, right? Like, more hey, Ninja Bill. Like, this would encourage, like, the claws on the motorcycle can be kind of, pulled out, and they retract and they go forward and stuff as well. But this would expand, my imagination and stuff too, right? Like, how does Wolverine get this dope ass bike? Well, I don't know. Maybe he crashes a Harley, and then, Beast makes it for him, and then he goes out and he kills people. I don't know. It would just be like, whatever. So, like, anything that could also take some of my favorite toys and expand upon them, I was also totally all about that.
Totally. It's more like, how did Kramer get this suit and this bike? I'm just kidding, but
yeah, he does kind of look like Kramer.
Yeah, that's what TF Raw was saying. Yeah, Ninja Bill. Yeah, I know. So yeah, that's cool. I'll get this guy right here. So let's do him quickly. Like I said, we got like 5 each or so. So yeah, I did. I get the toy. I got the toy. I'll show this on my toy probably
Yeah.
video, but I got the lasher pretty much complete. Like he came with that other thing I don't have, but someone was selling this on Marketplace with the thing for like $40. I got this for like $15. So I mean, and the other thing doesn't even, you can't even really hold it or anything. So it's cool though. Like you said, they're pretty good size, right? Pretty
Yeah.
chunky. Yeah, and the paint job, like yeah, and like of the tentacles, like these are usually busted off right on the hands or on the back, so that they pop off, but like pretty minty shape. Like I said, it's one down right for the loose line. If I get that other piece, like I said, we're going through so many part bins too. I found so many parts lately. So and yeah, it was cool. Kind of had like a little bit of a gimmick too, right?
Yeah, because his arms swung around or something,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
there was a button on the back.
yeah. It's like it's weird. It might be a little, but yeah,
Or you squeeze the legs.
is that it?
Yeah, you squeeze the legs, I think.
Yeah, yeah, you could see it, but a little. I don't. It's pretit pretty rockety. Like it could be broken, and it could also be like it's just Satan. Hey, Raz. Satan.
I mean, at the end of the day, that figure's like 30 years old, so who knows how well the gimmick still works? But
yeah, it's cool. Gimmick or not, like we're doing good, Bill. Nice to say, yeah, yeah. It's
I know.
cool.
I know Hasbro gave us an updated Lasher figure, like 8 years ago, whatever, in that Marvel
Yeah,
Legends line.
yeah. I don't
But
have that one.
I wish somebody would do an update to that figure specifically.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm missing that Lasher. I have all the symbiotes from that line, the new ones. The thing is though, yeah, like, and that one is so outdated now, like compared to some of the others, and some of the other bodies aren't that great either. But it's so skinny, and it doesn't need to be as buff. But I know, and same with that Riot, because that Riot is so different in this line. If they did like redos of these in the new way, that'd be cool. Hey.
Yeah, because that Lasher they used uses that Spider-Man pizza Spidey buck, and Marvel Legends have only gotten bigger since time have gone on in terms of like height wise and bulk and stuff. So like they do need to start thinking about updating the symbiotes somehow.
Totally. What do you got next, Mr. N-Put?
So I'm gonna go off the beaten path.
No worries.
A little bit. We're still gonna stick with some Kenner here. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So we're gonna kick it back to some 3 3/4 '90s Star Wars here. Now this is Bespin Luke and Dash Rendar from Shadows of the Empire. Some childhood figures again. Now I saw this figure in Toy Biz, or not in Toy Fair magazine, right? And what I thought was super cool about it was his hand can come off like he got cut off in the movie. And I spent take the hand off, right? I remember there was in Beat Eyes, Texas, man, there was a Walmart that got everything because that was the only thing that they had. They didn't have a Target, a Kmart, a mall. They didn't have anything, right? It was like a town of, God, I think like 500 people, dude. They were lucky to have the Walmart. And they had a Walmart and a Texas Burger. That was it. And so I spent like an hour digging through the Star Wars figures on the shelf just to find that Luke. And there was like maybe 3 that I found in like 300, what felt like 300 Star Wars figures just sitting there. And then Dash Rendar, yeah, like Shadows of the Empire, the marketing game, dude. This figure was it for me, man. Like this,
I know. I still like Shadows of the Empire. Like I like I saw it at the show, the Boba Fett Slave One like box. So cool. Like I know people hate on the Power of Force sometimes, but I like the Shadows of the Empire stuff is still very cool to me.
I think the Power of the Force. There you go, Quentin.
There you go.
Yeah, it fits. I think the Power of the Force 2 gets a bad rep for how it started, like all the big figures and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of love, because they kind of fixed that.
They did
in the later waves. Like this Luke right here, he's not buff and cut up and swole and stuff.
No. No, they got better, man, as the line went on, especially like when they went to that other line before Phantom Menace too. Like stuff got really good, actually. I liked a lot of it, but
yeah, I think from because that line started in '95, I would say like '97 on up, the line was really good. I mean, you're always going to have like your misses when you're up the bat, right?
Sure,
but like that's where it was, man. Like '97, and then you go into like, was it Power of the Jedi in like the early thousands?
Yeah.
That's where that line really started to shine. So,
for sure.
And this got me as a kid too, like this Dash Rendar figure, his backpack, like the gun connected to his backpack, and so like, you could kind of have it like this, so you could, like, if you had the was it the Outrider?
Yeah.
You can kind of have him in the cockpit or whatever, messing around with like computer doodads or whatever, and have his gun on the back, so you didn't ever have to lose his rifle.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a neat little touch. So, that's my second showing right there. Some Star Wars, some very rare Star Wars love for me.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, this show's getting us out of our comfort zones, baby. But yeah, just talk about more stuff. And like I said, I picked these up at the show as well, and they kind of fit the theme today. The Street Shark. So both Rippers, the original Ripper, and like for certain, like he's not that beat up. He still needs some cleaning too. But some of these guys can be really beat up with scuffs and paint, right? He's got a little, but the price was right. This one's even in better condition, and it's the that one's pretty cool too, right? And they definitely have the gimmick, the punch out gimmick, right? Boom.
Yeah.
Make me a sandwich, bitch. Boom.
I wanted tomatoes on this.
I wanted Shadebird to show up tonight. But yeah, I know we're cracked uppy, but yeah, I know, like, so yeah, they're cool though. Like they have that. I don't like those new ones they released. These ones have the good rubber, right?
Yeah, and
they just look fantastic. Yeah, like I said, there's some marks on this one, but it was cheaper, but it'll come off. But you just don't even see them that well, and like sometimes you regret not getting them. If you see them, because then you see other ones that are even worse condition, so you can always upgrade too, and they're just cool to have in the flesh, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Did you like the shiny ones more? Yeah.
That new, I mean, I kind of like the dull looking one better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. But this was like kind of more like, a little more funk, but it's a little. This one's more realistic.
That new Street Sharks line did not last very long.
No, because they're like tougher, I think, and they just there's something about that, like. People maybe like I even canceled all mine before I got them. I was gonna get them, and then I just realized like, no, you're just wasting money. It's like you're gonna like it, and then you're just gonna want the old stuff,
right?
And that's what I've been doing. So it's like going back at the old, but yeah, they have the little mouth moving, right?
It's kind of sad because it kind of seems like what's happening with a lot of that '90s. Like 90s era anthropomorphic type of stuff, like Mattel did the Street Sharks again, the Biker Mice from Mars, like the 90s style came back, and a lot of that stuff it just had like maybe a wave or two, and then that was it, right?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. There were so many 90s lines like that were like a couple lines or two, like Bucky O'Hare, like we talked about, like Biker Mice had a few. There's so many, like the cow Moose's people. Oh, like the food fighters people.
Yeah,
there's so many lines, man.
And even like the Resurgence stuff doesn't last that long either.
No. It's like Turtles is in a way, but it's just like even that. Like I want to go back and get the other Turtles, the old stuff, right?
Right.
So yeah, you go ahead next.
All right. So we're gonna see. Can you guys see what's on screen? What I'm showing here?
I mean, maybe just
like, because I know they were off screen. The Star Wars figures were off screen for a little bit, but
and they were on. I thought the other one was great.
So this is the Spider-Man that started it all, right here, right? Mm-hmm. So. I have gone through when I was a kid. This is the old Marvel superheroes, superposable Spider-Man, right? And he is like, he lives up to his name, man. Like you can like got this like ball jointed socket up here at the top. He can rotate at the waist and stuff. Like he's a really cool Spider-Man. This is what started it all for me. So when I was a kid, this is not my original one. But when I had the first one that I had broke, and then we went to the store, bought another one, and then that one got broken. Like I think the arm broke off or something.
Oh yeah.
Like that. And then so I begged my mom, I was like, hey, can we go get another one? And she said, yeah. And then so I looked everywhere for this figure, did not find it. And I found this superposable Spider-Man from the animated series.
Oh, yeah.
Now this is the one from my childhood that has lasted, you know, again, all the moves and everything that I've had my entire life. But this was it, man. This was like my definitive Spider-Man forever. Like I didn't really look at too many other Spider-Mans.
You're a good boy.
in terms of like, you know, like red and blue suits, right? But
yeah,
if there was a symbiote suit or a different suit or whatever, then I might be interested in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, saw that and like I was like, dude, that's it. And you know, this was it, man. This figure has kicked so many Venoms in the face and so many Smites in the face and so many Jokers and so like it don't matter, man. Like
yeah,
this was it. This was like I think every kid has that sandbox toy, right? Like they take to the sandbox. This was it. This was one of them.
What's up? Yeah. Nice to see you, Ken. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I know. It's like I had one like that too. A couple of them, like the one with all the joints like that. It was like probably that one, right? But it was there was no beating it basically, right?
No, you really couldn't. So even nowadays, like it's so hard to beat.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, it's so cool, especially at the time, and you know, it just was which I got here. I got this, like I said, I was not too big into all of this, but I did like this line the more, like kind of the Legends ones, I guess, of Batman.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It has this little gimmick. I completed it. Like I found this all here, you know, put it together. I didn't have that one. I had the green one as a kid. But yeah, I still liked a lot of Batman, like the show, obviously we love the animated show. And then, yeah, like a lot of the Legends more figures. I don't know if people like them as much now, but some of the values on this shit has not gone up on the Batman stuff. And it's not about that, but just to see how the market works, right? It's like all these other 90s toys, some of them blow up, and the Batman stuff, not as much, probably because it was like so overproduced, I'm guessing. But
yeah.
Still very fun toy. You know, this thing comes off, and you can shoot that missile out, which I don't want to lose, right? But I don't know. There's something fun about them. I always thought they were cool, like the Legends line, and kind of looks like Azrael style, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I really enjoyed that line. And then in that line, they also had like it was called Future Batman.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. And I really thought that, you know, that suit should have been adapted into Batman Beyond. Like when they announced Batman Beyond, I was like, yeah, Future Batman's getting a cartoon. This is going to be sick.
Yeah.
And then they went with like, you know, the Terry McGinnis, like red logo, black suit. And I was so disappointed because it wasn't that Future Batman suit, you know, that I had as a kid and I loved and stuff.
Yeah, and the thing too is like those, of all the lines, the ones that's going up is the Batman Beyond stuff. But it had the more of the like Teen Titans kind of look too, even though it's before. But it just like had that like, I don't know, they're cool. It's cool in its own way. But like you said, like I kind of wanted to see more of this kind of style, right?
Yeah. That was a cool line. They had like, was it Batman? They had like a sword fighter Batman.
Yeah, the sword fighter was cool. That green one I want to find here if it's here or buy it. That's cool. There were so many. Like they're kind of like a little bit more beefed up too, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then the playability was whatever, but still, like they just look nice to this day. And like I said, it's not about the value, but it's just like it's interesting to see like which, you know, maybe they'll get their day. You know, like it's so weird to see which lines like really blow up, right?
And see, in that line was arguably affected by McFarlane hitting the market with the Spawn figures.
Yes.
And stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So like because Spawn was like, you know, 6-inch figures. They were hyper detailed in terms of sculpt. They have basic articulation still and everything, but they could they could do like pretty cool stuff for that time. And that's that line, that Batman line is definitely a I don't want to say victim. What am I looking for here?
Yeah, but it is like
Well,
it got eaten up in a way by that by the Spawn stuff.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like that line existed because of that Spawn stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know. I get they were like kind of feeding off of it for sure,
Right.
like ripping it off. But
Right.
like they never got their full day in the sun, I guess too, because like they weren't they were feeding off of that. They weren't totally original. You're totally right. Like when I saw this as a kid, I remember thinking that too, like, oh, this is copying like Spawn in a way, right?
Yeah.
In its own way. Especially like the other ones where they're more like super kind of sculpted. You know, like the Batman figures, it couldn't move them as much, right?
Right.
All righty, let's go to you.
All right. Sticking with Batman, we're gonna go some Kenner. What is this? Arctic Batman, I think his name is. So again,
True that Ken.
Like
Kenner. Ken.
Do what?
No, I'm just saying Kenner. Yeah, that one's cool, man.
This always got this figure was super cool. Like I used to take this figure into the bathtub because he had like this scuba helmet on, right?
Yeah.
And like he would just, go, I don't know, do Batman stuff underwater, I guess, or whatever. And then this particular copy does not like standing up. But this was really cool to me as a kid. So like usually missile launchers had like some sort of button, or you had to flick it or something. This was like air powered, right? So you squeeze the tube on the back and it would just launch it. Which I always thought was kind of neat.
Yeah.
And then every toy company did this. So you had like the way to put it on was always like a proton pack from the 80s Ghostbusters, right? You just kind of slide it over the fist like that. And it kind of frictioned on. But yeah, man, I love this thing. I thought this was really cool. And then I also had that gold Batman. Kenner Batman, that like the missile launcher and stuff. I always thought that was really cool too.
Heck yeah.
So, but yeah, this is probably the reason why I like these figures so much. Because I mean, look at this color design, right?
Yeah.
Like I know it's just like white on black, like the layout of it with the gold belt and then the gold emblem and stuff. That's super cool.
Yeah, everything about that figure, like how it looks, like just those figure, like the gold version, like it just burned into my mind.
Yeah.
And they're cool. Like they're great. I remember my friends loved them. We had so much fun with them, right?
Yeah.
It was just, it's part of that thing, like the nostalgia of it. Like you can't get away from it. And they tried to, like, I know McFarlane tried to like do new versions of them. And they just did not hit the same. Like they're too like big and small legged, right?
I think he did that gold Batman, which I think is a good attempt, but he shouldn't have used the Hush mold. He should have used
different mold. Yeah, that's what it was.
Used a different Batman buck for that figure.
For sure. Yeah, they, like I said, it didn't have to be exactly that. They modernized it to a point, but just that skinny leg part, I just did not like. So yeah, I was gonna go into mine. I guess I do. Parents moved. What's it say? Parents moved. Yeah, always a problem. Yeah, so Crash Dummy. So yeah, if you didn't know, they did release the cat and the dog. Like this is kind of sadistic child in its own way. They got babies popping out of chairs. They got overweight people. They got crackheads spinning. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so this is the dog and the cat. Got them loose as well. Got the toy show. So here's cat and dog. Oh my god, don't show your stuff, baby. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like this, right? Like, meow meow or meow meow roof roof, and then you flatten them like roadkill. Like
oh, that's fucked up.
How sadistic is that? No, roadkill. Like this shit would not fly nwodays. I mean,
oh, dude,
but like we just had babies flying out of chairs. We got roadkill, right? Like that's like if they're roadkill. Like even as a kid, I thought like that's whack, son. Like I thought like that is crazy. And I was like, 7 or something, right? And then this was telling about the bad guys. They're cool because they're like, look, if they don't fall apart. Oh yeah, his leg falls off. But I mean, they don't have a button that falls apart, right?
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, he's got the red eyes. He's like the leader of the bad guys, right? So he's kind of cool. Like,
see, that's super cool. They had a cartoon back in the day too that didn't last very long.
Oh yeah, I don't even know if I was a fan or even saw it much. But then Piston Head guys, see, like these guys, you could fit in anywhere, right? Kind of.
Yeah, no, you totally could. Especially that Piston Head guy. Like he doesn't look like he really belongs to much of anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the other guy still crashed on me, and then like I was saying, the value, like this one with the glasses, has gone up crazy, and it's just like this one falls apart, right? It's got the glasses and the green and all that, but. I mean, yeah, they're fun. Like I said, it's funny to think about, right? Because like, even that baby in the wheelchair, I remember me and my sister would be like smashing it up and just laughing, just squish the dogs and the cat, right? It's just
that's
like,
so wrong.
I know. It's just like, the fat guy and the baby. It's all this like, it's just like, yeah, it's just different. I hate how over offended people are now, but that shit was just like, even as a kid, I was like, the world is crazy.
Right.
Do you have one more thing to show or
yeah, I got one more. This is the last one I got for this week.
Yeah, perfect.
So we got Electro.
Oh, nice.
Now, this is, I think, the second Electro figure to ever be released in history. The first one was Secret Wars, the old Secret Wars line, and that was like a UK England exclusive figure.
Yeah.
And that thing in box now goes for like asinine stupid money. Like it's absurd. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the first Electro figure because it was the first one released in the US. But I love this design for him. I love the big chunky boots, the like electric backpack that almost seems like it's like powering up his gun. His gun is a separate piece, so it's like its own standalone accessory or whatever. Yeah. See, right? I love the gun. It reminds me out of something from The Mask, like the comics or whatever, right? Yeah. Or like a Tex Avery cartoon or something. Yeah. And then he also comes with this electric thing, and now they all lit up. They have like a piece of flint in there. You pull the string and it lights up, and it flashes, like it's shooting sparks. Now every figure in this line had a similar gimmick, like Captain America, his shield would spark, and then there was a Spider-Man that I swear to God, to this day, I feel like Superior Spider-Man suit design is based on that toy. But you would pull his string, and the whole chest would light up, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool too, and yeah, this I don't know, man. There's something that really spoke to me about Electro as a character. He's my favorite Spider-Man villain, and this figure just I always thought was like super dope. I mean, it's pretty basic, like articulation wise, but just the sculpt and the suit design, like there is no like electric, there's no gloves with the electric bolt or anything. He's just got the lightning going up the legs and then it stops. And but all the coloring is there. He still has like the yellow on top. He just doesn't have the electric bolts and stuff. I just thought it was a really cool redesign for the character as a whole.
And who made that though?
That was Toy Biz.
It was, eh?
Yeah. Cool. That was part of their oh man, I forgot the name of the line, but it came out after like that water splash. It was the line after that.
Yeah.
Electric I'm brain farting.
No worries. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have much because I got some other stuff here, but I'd like to save it because it's like we're kind of, kind of a little themed, like we bounce back and back. But I just wanted to show a couple more Street Sharks I did get because it did mean a lot. I just want to show the Moby Lick,
Electro Spark.
Electro Spark. That's cool. So I'm sure
that's
the Moby
name of
Lick.
the line, yeah.
Still missing the hat. Maybe I'll find it one day, right? But it's just so cool, that tongue.
Dude, that's super cool. Yeah, Moby Lick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, he's so cool. But to get the hat, and that one always meant a lot to me. Finally getting it. It's a little beat up, but I've seen way more selling like on eBay for ridiculous prices, and it was just oops, yeah, ridiculous prices. Sorry if anyone, but and then the Hammerhead, hammer somebody tonight, right? But he's cool. His gimmicks work really well. Always like it.
I always liked his I always liked his gimmick, the head launching kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I always thought that was pretty cool for him.
Yeah, he's cool, and he's in pretty good shape. Little mouth curve, but mostly comes off. But yeah, it's just the mouth one was really good on him too, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. Very neat. Very neat. Yeah. That was great. Yeah. How do you feel about the stream?
I feel good about it. What does everybody else feel about the stream?
How do you guys feel? But no, something different, something new. We'll be continuing it, right? But yeah, it's fun. Like it, and I know it's just not just about holding stuff up. We'll get into more deep dives on stuff too, and there's so much more we can cover. So I mean, it's so fun. Like it just these toy lines. This is where it started for us, right? Because it's like yeah, sharing from our childhood, right?
Yeah, and I think and this kind of gives us a I guess you could say like a platform to share other interests, right? Besides just like Transformers and like pigeonholing ourselves into one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you missed this, like the thing with the the Transformers fandom podcast, like the state of the Transformers fandom podcast is, but like it was so fun to do, but sometimes like it just kind of got like repetitive in the sense of like what it like just waiting for this or waiting for that or talking about how much Hasbro sucks, and it kind of gets depressing after all. I mean, it's good to voice our opinions on it, don't get me wrong, but
right,
it's fun to do something like this where we're like we're even as nostalgia and memory varies a bit, it's still fun to just like reminisce and like what got us for the passion why we're collectors today, right?
Yeah, what gave us a toy passion? Because I think a lot of collectors today aren't the same collectors they were back then. And truthfully for me, I didn't even know what like collecting action figures or whatever, like that was always reserved for like 70s Star Wars type of era toys, right? Like growing up and when I was in high school and I bought my first Marvel Legends Elektra, when I graduated high school, my graduation, I left the school, went to Toys R Us and got Toy Biz Marvel Legends Elektra. And like I didn't know that like I was collecting or whatever, right? Like I was just buying cool shit.
Right? Same, yeah.
And I was buying cool shit that I was into, Yeah,
I know that too, because I was buying, and you know what's weird, because we talked about this before, like I'd collect anything from like bottle caps, like the things under bottle caps, like the Pepsis back in the day. And stuff like that. Like weird stuff I would collect without knowing. I would just collect it. My mom was a collector too, right? You go to the thrift shops and collect this and that, and and then like when the Toy Biz stuff was cheap, like Turtles, because I was still much of a kid when Turtles was around, but when more of the Toy Biz and the Kenner stuff for kid like us came out, like that's when you were like a little bit older, but you're still a kid and you're buying it and you're actually like, playing the hell out of it, just thinking you're like, buying it to play with, but you are kind of collecting it in a sense. And my mom would say that to me too, like, your toy collection or this, and it kind of gets into your head, right? Yeah. It wasn't like you're collecting for value. You were just collecting, like I was trying to collect a complete line, so I still wanted to play with my stuff, right? And, you became this kind of collector, it's just that in the things with like, Pogs, Pokemon cards, like that collecting fad was hitting us too, right?
Yeah.
But, I didn't put it as into toys as I thought, you know what I mean? Like it was a weird balance.
And I think too, like, we're the millennials were like the first generation, like we're the gotta collect them all generation.
Yes.
Right? Like you would look on the back of a card and, you would see collect all of them to continue your adventures or whatever, right? You'd see like some wonky stuff, and then Pokemon came out and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You
get obsessed like on card backs. Like I even look at it now and get the same feeling, like, oh my god, they got that, they got the baby, oh my god.
Yeah, dude, like those card backs were so cool and so much fun to me, but they were also heartbreaking because I would wait for something to come out, and then
Never
I,
would.
unbeknownst to me, the figure got canceled, right? So like, I'd be waiting like a year, 2 years, and whatever. Then the cartoon gets canceled or whatever, and I'm like, but where's this figure at? Like, he looks so cool. Or you would get the figure, like the figure would come out and be completely resculpted from what was on the back of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it
then
was heartbreaking. Or if
Yeah.
the figure was out and other kids had it, but your parents, like, they just didn't get it for you because it was that age. Like, you would just get stuff for your birthday back then. You would just get stuff for Christmas. It's not like sometimes you'd ask for a couple things you might get, but people would just get you shit. Like, it would be like, and you'd always like look at the back, like, no, not being spoiled, but you're like, man, like, I just like, I wish I had this figure on the back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So like there was a point in time where Scarlet Witch, the Marvel Legends Scarlet Witch from Toy Biz, I looked at the figure on the back of that box, and I was like, man, that figure's good. That it looks so good. It's so awesome. Let's go. I can't wait. And then like the figure that came out was like this butt ugly garbage heap of a figure, right? It was like, what happened? What happened to the figure that was on the back of the card?
Oh, I know. That reminds me of two. I remember, I don't think they ever made a Toy Biz Phage like the yellow guy, right?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
No, right? And they did most of that line, right? You had the Scream in the Venom line, you had Flasher, you had Riot, right? So I remember
they had Agony in that line too, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they did have Agony and all that. And someone told me I got you Phage, right? And I was thinking like the symbiote, whatever you said. I know I read it 100 times. I can't remember the name. Like the
Planet of Symbiotes, yeah.
Yeah. And the one with the old one with Brock. You said it earlier, like the name.
All the ones what?
Like you said the name earlier with like when it shows with him like as in the black, like Rage is in the black, Riot's in the kind of gray outfit, like the whatever that
Life Foundation.
Yeah, Life Foundation. So I was thinking I was getting Phage from the Life Foundation, right? They like wrapped it up for me. It was like a present or whatever, and I remember like opening it, and it was that disturbing like skeleton Phage figure from Toy Biz. Do you remember that?
Oh, I don't know. What is okay?
Oh, you gotta look it up. It's so disturbing. I remember I screamed. And like I was like not trying to be spoiled, but I was like, it scared me, dude. Like, and I was thinking I was gonna get like, yeah, it's Toy Biz. It has to be. It scared me. Like it was like, yeah, here it is. It's from the Venom line. You could, see if I bring it up. I see it right here on here. It's so scary. Here, I wonder if I can share this screen. Share. Hold on. Share screen. Don't share the wrong screen.
We're quivering with anticipation.
Yeah,
Danny.
I know. Here it is. Here.
Patience.
This one.
Oh my God, dude! What is that?
Yeah, so I remember screaming like because like as a kid, like, and it looked like it was in a dress with hair and shit. Like it scared I hate it. Like to this day, I just gives me the EBGBs, man. Like I am so finicky over this type of thing.
That looks like maybe it's supposed to be like the symbiote by itself.
Yeah,
maybe,
it's like the symbiote thing from the Venom movie in a way, like whatever, right? Yeah, and it scared the living shit out of me. Like, yeah, and I'll show you a Phage Spider-Man. Like, yeah, it's just we thought we were getting like I don't even know. There's just a regular toy, right? But
man, we wouldn't get a Phage, like a proper Phage figure until the Marvel Legends Hasbro line. What?
Yeah. And I'm sure the guy I was thinking I was getting, so people know. But yeah, I know. Like, yeah, it took so long.
Yeah, took so long. Like
this guy, like it took forever to get this guy.
That's the second Phage figure that's ever come out, and the first one's just like a swing and a miss.
yeah. So it's like I thought I was getting that cool yellow guy, like with the comic, and then no, like that creepy thing. And we were going through those toy parts here. We found that little piece from the figure. I was like, if I see that real Phage figure, I'm gonna lose it, right?
Yeah, I've never seen that figure. That's hilarious, man. What is that?
Someone's like, yo, I got you Phage, like for birthday, like or whatever. And they brought it over. I was so excited. And I was like, ah! They're like, what's going on? Not Phage! And then I thought there was a real Phage out there, like after that, right? We had no way to check, like even if the internet was a thing, like I wasn't Googling or whatever the search engine was, right? Like I wasn't looking at it at the time. So it was all word of mouth too. Remember that? Like that's another thing about these toys in this time in that era. Like, you know, all the word of mouth, like, oh, I had this, I saw that at a store. Some shit people probably made up. Some people like they saw stuff, you didn't believe them, right?
Oh, dude, that whole word of mouth thing, like not only toys, but like video games, you know, I would go home. It was
bigger with video games, man. It was way bigger.
There was a kid that like in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game on Sega Genesis that was based on the movie, the first like movie from '95.
Yeah.
There was a kid who was like, yeah, if you input this code and you pick the White Ranger, you can play as the Green Ranger in the game. And I was like, that's the dopest thing ever. I've got to fucking try it. Yeah. And I went home for like 3 or 4 hours. I was sitting there like, you know, up, left, right, A, B, and C at the same time. And you hit start or whatever. Like I tried it and I was like constantly in my brain, like, okay, no, I did it on the wrong screen. I got to do it on this screen or I got to do it on that screen. Dude, I tried it and then so like I would go back to school and he'd be like, oh man, I forgot to tell you, you can only do it after you beat the game. You got to do it during during the credits. Yeah. And then when you hit start, the Green Ranger replaces the White Ranger. Man, okay. So go home again, beat the game, go through the credits, and I'm pressing all the buttons and doing all this stuff. And then I'm expecting a Green Ranger. I'm like, damn it, I didn't do it at the right time. So I beat the game all over again. You know, it's just like this constant. Man, we fell for that stuff so hard back in the day, dude.
I know. Like, I remember my friends too, like, because like I wasn't so much in that, but they'd like say something about like, you know, play this and like you'd see some woman like naked. I can't remember what it was. And my friend was like destined to do it or whatever. And like it's never happened, you know.
Dude, I remember the nude code for Tomb Raider, right? Like Jesus, man. Everybody swore up and down. You want to see Lara Croft naked? Yeah, just go in and press the nude code or whatever it was, man. It was like, jeez, dude. Yeah. Never worked.
And then I remember too, like people like, you know, because they didn't even know Samus's name back then too, like, you know, like, oh, the dude from Metroid's a woman, or like, what the fuck?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, dude. Like, I remember like if you never beat Metroid, like I kind of played it growing up and I loved it and everything, but like there was this huge faction of people that would be like, oh yeah, Samus, he's the coolest, and you're like, yeah, he's the best, and then it's like you find out Samus is a chick and you're like, what the fuck? No, that can't be right. That's not right.
I know. Yeah, people are so ignorant too back then. They just even call him Metroid. Like it's just like it's so.
Yeah, it wasn't Samus. It was Metroid. Like Samus was Metroid.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Metroid's a dude, or Metroid's a woman. It's like I remember people like my one friend losing it. Oh, that's my favorite game. I play as him all the time. There's no way, and then he beats it. He's like, what the hell, or whatever. Finally sees it in the Nintendo mag or something, right? Too funny info. That's great. I mean, that probably wraps it up for today on that note. But this has been fun. We got some good response. Thank you for everyone for joining us in chat. And yeah, if you have anything you want to add or say, or
what are we talking about next episode?
Yeah, just more like whatever. Like I probably will hit on some Playmates for sure. Okay. What else do I got? I got some Independence Day toys. I got even a Ghostbusters thing. I mean, we'll be all over the place, but we'll definitely pick 5 more toys, you know, like light discussion, show that, and then just kind of get into what we get into. And we'll just keep covering, you know, like I said, you can bring more Toy Biz to find it more, whatever. It's kind of like just like a reminiscing. And like I said, we're trying to get down to the deep and gritty of like why we fell in love with the toys, why we collect, you know?
So can I make a suggestion for next week?
Yes.
I wanna talk about the Terminator 2 toy line.
Hell yeah, we got bags of it here we're going through. But I mean, I'm not trying to show a bag of weapons, but no, Terminator 2 toys, awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Like hit the nitty gritty. Like I said, I do a little tease. You know, got the other parts that go with it, but you know these guys.
Yeah.
get your babies on inside and all that. So like I said, like, yeah, I know turtles are kind of the same and boring. Might touch on a couple, but like I said, like we will even hit on some Transformers down the road, right? It'd be nice to show some Armada or talk about it and stuff like that or whichever. But yeah, like definitely, like, yeah, alien kenners would be cool. I don't have
dude.
myself. You know, you got the biker mice. That would be cool one day. Yeah.
So when's the next episode?
Yeah, when do you want to do it? You let me know.
No.
Well, do you want to just start this one this week, and then because we'll let this see how it does, and then even if, I don't care how it does, but just let it breathe a little, because I got the show with Martin or Ultra Megatronus and Raz tomorrow night.
So we can. So what are you saying? In a week we do another episode, or 2 weeks we do another episode?
No, let's do it next week. Yeah, and then
Right,
maybe we could always do like 1 or 2 or something in a couple times a week, just to see, you know, if we get really into it. So,
all right, let's do it.
Yeah, so
we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Right here on the Danni Nput Toycast, live and chaotic, baby. And when are we gonna see him again next week, Danny?
Yeah, I know. I like 1 o'clock for now, or 3 Eastern,
Okay.
so 1 p.m. Yeah, it's a good afternoon show. We're not stepping on anyone else. And now, like I said, we can do more and to see how it goes. But thank you for everyone for joining us. Had a blast. Always a blast to be with you, Mr. N-Put.
That's me, baby. It's the N-Put. And as always, I am mobbing right here with Danny. Oh my God, double D.
You're great. All right. We'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Stay safe. Stay positive.
Yeah, we ran it back again. Danni Nput, yeah, you tapped in. From the shelf to the screen, that's the life we live. Collecting chaos, yeah, you know what it is. Talk that tall, let the minutes slide. One more attention before we say goodbye. Same time, same vibe, yeah, we'll be right here. More heat, more figs, yeah, the next one near. Danni Nput, yeah, you know the name. Toy talk chaos, yeah, we run the game. Hit replay, let it spin again. Yeah, we right back in the mix again.